Because only a fool doesn't change his mind.
So if you're deceived then, are you deceived
As I told you, life is dynamic. You get on knowing people. Today, Trevor, you are this. Tomorrow, I know you differently. So then William Ruto was very convincing. He came to us in the mountain with the Bible. And we trusted him because we are Christians, basically. But on assuming office, he became another person. He became a businessman. And I was there as his deputy, and I saw through it. And I couldn't take it. And I said, no, this is not what we promised the people of Kenya.
Kwa maana vitu vinabadilika jinsi ulivyosema. Sasa kuna haja gani pia sisi kukuamini wewe kama mwanasiasa?
Well, hiyo itakuwa ni Wakenya kama wataniamini, sio wewe. Wakenya wataangalia vile mimi naongea.
Ni baadhi tu ya maswali ambayo
wataangalia ile facts mimi naweka kwa meza. Na wataona kama wataniamini. Now people keep on changing their mind. Huyu William Ruto ana shida kwa Wajaluo siku 5 akitukana Rigathi Gachagua na Wakikuyu. Alikuwa huko mwaka 9 akitukana Raila na Wajaluo. Leo anasema baba ni mtu mzuri, Wajaluo ni watu wazuri. Wacha nimalize. So umeniambia why people change their mind. Let me give you a good example.
Okay.
Today William Ruto is in Nyanza abusing me for 5 days. Saying I'm this, I'm that, making me a bogeyman and attacking my community. We are tribalist. For 9 years, she was all over the country abusing Raila Odinga, kusema ni mchawi, ni mganga, kusema Wajaluo ni ile watu ya kungoa leri, Wajaluo ni watu ya fujo, kusema huyu Raila haendi kanisa, anakuwa na nyoka mfukoni. He was saying all those things for 9 years.
You also said the same thing.
Yes, I did, and I'll tell you. I'll explain to you. Let me finish.
That is fighting.
Yes, I did.
So is that the same position you hold now?
I'm saying.
Mpaka ukasema wewe ulikuwa unafanya kwa niaba yake pia.
Ngoja kidogo. Simuache.
Na ulisema
kwani mko na fujo, simuache niongee.
Tunasikizana.
No, I can see you have predetermined questions. So also let me answer. Si umeniuliza swali.
Okay.
No.
Tunakupatia nafasi ya kuyajibu.
Wacha tukubaliane kwanza.
Okay.
Ukiniuliza swali lazima nijibu.
Kwa heshima taadhima tunakupatia nafasi ya kuyajibu maswali tafadhali.
So wewe ukisema kitu pia unipatie nafasi.
Okay.
Umeniuliza kwa nini nilibadilisha mafikira. Nimekuambia William Ruto huyu ana shida kwa Wajaluo. Akitukana Rigathi Gachagua na Wakikuyu. Alishinda kwa Wakikuyu akitukana Raila Odinga kusema ni mganga, ni mchawi, ni mtu ya Wajaluo ni watu ya kungoa leri, Wajaluo ni watu ya fujo. Leo alikuwa anasema jana Wajaluo they are intellectuals, they are very intelligent people.
But it is you we are talking to, Mheshimiwa.
No, but I must give examples because also when you ask me your questions,
because you must give it the same thing. So I'd like to hear your accountability of the same
Trevor, I must give examples of how leaders go. This is one leader called Rigathi Gachagua. You have said, I also say the same thing. It's true. Because in our campaign, it's like a choir. William Ruto was the choir master. He was the composer of the song and the soloist. So while the choir members wanafuata what the choir master is saying. Yeah, ndiye alituambia hiyo maneno.
Sasa ulikuwa kwa chorus.
Yeah, tulikuwa chorus.
But have you now changed your mind?
No, me now I'm a choir master. So those who are behind me
so
now,
the song has now changed.
I have a different song.
Why should they believe you now
but
that the song
was not my song?
It's just a song that you
no,
changed.
It was not my song.
You're still the same chorus and now you're the choir master.
That song was not mine. I was a member of the choir. Choir ilikuwa ya William Ruto. Ya kupiga Raila Odinga na Wajaluo. Sisi tulikuwa choir members. So tunafuata choir members.
Ulikuwa unatumiwa wewe?
We were members of the choir.
But this new song, have you now changed your mind?
I have said.
Why should the people,
I have given you an analogy.
Why should the people believe a choir master or a chorus master who changes tune?
It's up to the people to believe.
We're asking you.
If they I don't know. They will listen to me. They will listen to me and decide.
You painted the Luo nation as a nation that is chaotic, violent.
I didn't.
In fact,
William Ruto did. It's not me.
I'm quoting you. You said at some point that a community has been castigated as people who cause violence every single time.
I've told you.
That was you.
I've told you
directly.
I've given you a very good explanation.
Community.
I've given you a very good explanation that I was a part of a choir and our choir master was William Ruto. And our work was to repeat the chorus from the choir master, who was also the composer.
At what point will you take responsibility for your own utterance?
I am saying
because now you're saying that he's the one who told you to say it.
No, I'm saying, Trevor, we were in politics. And
are you still in politics now?
Yeah, we're in politics.
So why should they believe you?
I am saying we were having a contest between Raila Odinga and his people. And that was the politics of the day. I am not in politics with Raila Odinga. There is no presidential candidate from the Luo nation who is facing me. So there is no conflict. That was a contest. People are looking for positions. And there is a conflict as it goes on in politics. So they will be trading here and there. Why William Ruto now is abusing me, he was abusing Raila Odinga then because he was his competitor. Today, his most strongest competitor is Serkali Gachagua. And so he has just changed tact. The way he was abusing Raila Odinga is the way he's abusing Serkali Gachagua because I'm his competitor.
Do you regret this abusive language that you and your former boss have treated the nation to?
I have not abused anybody myself.
You started this conversation.
I did not start.
Did you describe the president as having
I
lost
made that
weight?
description. That description is true.
That is considered body shaming.
There is no apology to make. I described the way he looks. I did.
Chapter 6 of the Constitution and Integrity, Article 73(3), says that state officers should behave in a manner that bestows respect and dignity.
I'm not a state officer.
You've been the second in
I
command
am not
in
a
this
state
country.
officer. I'm not a state officer.
So are you now allowed then to just abuse
officer.
your other fellows just because you're not a
I am
current
not a
state
state officer.
You've been the second in command. Do you regret the
I
statements
have
you
no
made?
regret whatsoever for my utterances. I made a true description that our other Kenyans have made. I'll continue speaking truthfully. You know, people say when people who steal, what are they called? They are thieves. People who do this and that, they must be described for who they are. And if anybody has a problem, you can take me to court.
Do you believe that statement is demeaning?
No, it's not.
What do you think it is?
It's up to you to think.
You've
What
just,
you think.
uh,
I've
it's-
told you
it's-
I
I'm
don't.
not the one who made the statement.
I
It's you who
have
made the
nothing.
statement. Was it
I have
demeaning?
nothing to say about it. I've said it's a true description of what I see.
What does the appearance of the president have to do with governance?
Well, you'll have to ask him.
You are the one who described him.
I'm saying it's you to ask him why he's so agitated.
But I'm speaking to you, and you're the one who started this
You are the one
conversation.
to ask him why he's so agitated.
Tumekuuliza kwa sababu wewe ndio ulikuwa mtangulizi wa jambo kama hilo.
Are you a lawyer for the president?
This is
Ni waandishi wa habari.
No.
tunakuuliza
You
kwa
also
sababu-
cannot. Are you here holding his brief?
It's a question that everybody
No.
is asking.
I can
You're
see.
a lead.
Are you holding a
You've
brief
been
for-
the
are
second
you
in
holding a
command
brief for
in this
William Ruto?
country. Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, you've been the second in command in this country.
Can you-
and you're now thinking of being the
Have
head
you-
of this country.
have you
Do
condemned
you
him?
think those statements were regretful?
What I would ask you to, have you as a president, whether he has regret?
I'm
for
speaking
the
to you now,
abuses-
not
for
to the
abuses
president.
that
We'll
he is
speak to the
having.
president at
Hayuko
the right
hapa,
time. It's you we are
tumekuuliza kwa
speaking
sababu tuko na wewe hapa na wewe ulikuwa mtangulizi wa
I
hayo
don't
maswali.
think this interview you hold brief for President William Ruto.
We're not holding brief for
In
anyone,
my view,
Mheshimiwa. We're asking you
in
to
my
be
view,
accountable
in
for the
my
words
view,
that you
in my
said.
view, I had hoped that you would ask me issues of development to do.
We
with
will get
immigration.
to that. Let's clear out a few things first.
Kuna maswala
I refuse to
kuna,
answer that.
kuna maswala ya uongozi
I refuse to have you have
kuna
hold
maswala
brief for William
kuna
Ruto.
maswala ya uongozi na uadilifu jinsi
I have already
alivyosema
answered that
katika
question.
chapter
I have
6 ya
nothing to
katiba.
add. That question I have answered. I have
Will
nothing
you
to add.
apologize to the people
No, I
for
cannot.
what you did?
I have no apology to give to anybody.
Let me bring up a soundbite of what you said after this back and forth between yourself and the president. And you said that tumefikisha mahali tulikuwa tunataka. Let's play that soundbite so that you just refer to that conversation.
Sasa nimeona umekasirika vile nilitaka. Mimi nilitaka wewe ukasirike. You lose your temper. You lose your cool. You stop being presidential. Sasa Kasongo amekuja bahari nilikuwa nataka yeye. Ameteremuka chini. He is no longer presidential. Amekuwa mtu ya propaganda na fitina.
Is
Yes,
the politics
true.
of insults what you want?
True. He is where I wanted him.
In the politics of insults?
Yes.
Is that what you want?
Because that's whom he is. He has been on insults all his life. He's been insulting Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta, everybody. He has been trying to be something else, but I know him. I wanted him to come out in his true colors. That's where he is today. Abuse, pettiness, gossip, that's William Ruto. He is where I wanted him to be.
Do you believe that is also describing yourself? Because you're the one who started this conversation. And you've just said there that tumemfikisha mahali tulikuwa tunataka.
I have said
Is
I
that the
wanted him.
politics
I
you
have
want?
told you I brought him where I wanted him to be. That's what I wanted.
Na
And he is where I wanted him.
jinsi ulivyonena hapo awali, hii tabia yake ambayo unasema ni kutupa cheche za maneno makali, uligundua lini?
Nini?
Uligundua lini hii mambo ya wakati
tangu zamani.
kitambo sana ama wakati
tangu zamani
natuliwa katika
tangu zamani, lakini nilikuwa nafikiria akipata kiti ya rais atabadilika. Hajabadilika. Hajabadilika. Amekuwa tu vile vuti ya matusi. Alitusi Raila mwaka 9. Sasa amerudi tu pahali alikuwa. Sasa ni kubadilisha tu from Raila tu Rigathi Gachagua.
Wewe ukamtusi Uhuru Kenyatta ile enzi, hata Raila wakati mwingine ukamtusi. Tofauti yako kati na yeye iko wapi?
Nafikiri tuongee mambo ya maana ile itasaidia hii interview.
Kuna masuala ya uadilifu na uongozi.
Hiyo nimekataa. Kwa sababu sasa mnataka ikue hii interview ni mambo ya matusi. Mimi nimesema rais amekuwa akinitukana Nyanza for 5 days. Siwezi kuwa na interview kuendelea na mambo ya matusi ile rais anafanya Nyanza. Hiyo nimekataa.
So you don't regret the statements that you made?
I have said I have no regret at all.
Okay.
I have not abused anybody. I have just described a situation that is true, and everybody knows it is a true situation. I have no regrets whatsoever. Okay. Let's talk about this broad-based arrangement. President William Ruto has been forging an alliance with the broad-based arrangement on ODM,
which you strongly advised him against, telling them that they will regret working with him. What did you mean by that?
That?
What did you mean by the broad-based government will regret working with President William Ruto?
Well, I was in coalition with William Ruto, and the minute he became president, he turned against the people who elected him. I know him. So, I cannot tell the Luo nation what to do. But I can only give a word of caution that Raila Odinga, in his greatness, has one great legacy. He founded and developed and grew a strong political party. I'm on record publicly saying how I admire, when he was alive and when he's dead, I admire ODM party and the quality of leaders that came through ODM.
Will you be willing to work with ODM?
I don't have a problem with anybody. I have a problem that ODM is on his deathbed. And we want a strong political party. Strong political parties are good for our democracy. When William Ruto decided to work with Raila Odinga was deputy, and I asked him, you had a lot of problems with this man. You told us this man is the cause of all Kenyan problems. You hated Uhuru Kenyatta with all your life and said so publicly for working with Raila Odinga. How come, after having a problem with Uhuru Kenyatta for working with Raila Odinga, you now want to work with Raila Odinga? What has happened? And he told me, we were quite close. He confided into me that we cannot allow ODM to be. We must destroy ODM. So we must get nearer Raila Odinga, get nearer ODM and destroy it so that we are able to govern.
This is hearsay you're saying. So you're saying the president wanted to destroy ODM?
Yes, he told me.
But it is the same party he wants to work with now.
How does that make sense? He doesn't want to work with ODM. He has destroyed ODM. ODM is a pale shadow of his former self. What will happen, and you tell me, this NDC that is scheduled for Friday, that is ODM's last supper, and I hear Ruto wants to attend. Let me be very candid with the ODM followers. That is Raila's legacy. Please don't allow William Ruto to destroy ODM, because I have been in this space before. The only way a region can protect its interests in a government is through a strong political party. My people from the mountain, we are in the terrible situation we are in, I included, because we went to join Ruto without our own political party. And he shortchanged us, turned against us, and can do whatever he wants. If ODM agrees to be swallowed by William Ruto, the people of that region will be at his mercy. And they'll come to cry the way we are crying. So it's up to them. And if they must join William Ruto, because we cannot stop them. Yeah? If they must stop him, if they must work with him, I'll give them a few tips, because it's important that I do so. And if they listen to me, it can help them. If they ignore it, it doesn't matter. But at least I'll have spoken, and it will be on record. If I had listened to President Uhuru Kenyatta, when he told us that William Ruto cannot be a good president and it's not good for the country. This country will not be in the shit we are in. Myself and the people of the mountain will not be in the predicament we are in.
With respect to what's your language, Mheshimiwa?
Yeah?
What's your language, Mheshimiwa?
No, I'm just saying.
It's national TV.
I'm just saying we will not be where we are.
Towers.
We will not be where we are. And the mistake we made was to join William Ruto in his party. Since that we have learned and formed our own party. And we cannot be swallowed or merged with anybody. We'll have to work, whoever wants to have a coalition with us. Our party, the DCP, will have a coalition intact without being swallowed by anybody. So my advice to ODM.
Okay, katia ODM shauri, hii ni chama ambacho kimekuwa katika siasa ya Kenya kwa muda wa miaka 20. DCP is hardly 2 years.
I'm talking as regards Gachagua. It may have been 20 years. I may be nobody, but I cannot be denied a chance to give advice. Maybe you think I'm nobody, but I'm saying I have been with William Ruto. Listen, I have been with William Ruto as his deputy. I helped him to be president with my people. He shortchanged all of us. So I have something that I know that I can share because I can see ODM is being induced to work with William Ruto. I have some experience that can be useful. Okay. Unless you don't want me to share.
Asante. Yeah. Asante. Umenena hapo kwamba nyinyi kama watu wa mlima mlidanganywa kwa sababu hamkuwa na chama cha kisiasa. Kumaanisha chama cha DCP ni cha watu wa mlima pekee?
Hapana.
Tukiangalia vyanzo vya sheria.
Chama yetu ni ya kitaifa. We won a by-election in Kisa East in Quisero, that is Kakamega. We want a seat in Narok Township, that is Narok in Rift Valley. We want a seat in Kariobangi North, which is cosmopolitan. But every community has a political home. You know, the Luo Nation, their political home is ODM with other Kenyans. The mountain people, their political home is DCP with other Kenyans. The Kalenjin, their home is UDA with other Kenyans. So every community has a home politically, and that is the way it should be, and it must be that way. But I'm saying, what ODM mountain is crying. One, ODM is owed 12 billion through the political parties fund. If William Ruto is serious that he wants ODM to stand as a political party, John Buddy is the CS National Treasury. They should reduce, ODM should demand 12 billion shillings owed to ODM to be released to ODM so that financially they are independent and they can chart their own course. Number two, the president has been to Nyanza and made many promises. He has one budget to go, 2026-2027 financial year. Before the elections and after, he made a lot of promises to the mountain people. Mau roads, this, that. Nothing has been done for 4 years. What ODM must make us reducible minimum? All those projects he has announced, they must demand that money be reflected in this last budget. Because if there is no money in the last budget, if there is no money in the last budget, that is just a campaign gimmick.
Asante.
Listen, let me say a few things I want to say. That money should be reflected in the budget. And it should not be a token. If the project is 1 billion, you can't put 50 million in budget for the next financial year and say the project is funded. The money must be put in the budget. Number three, whatever relationship, whatever agreement that they want with William Ruto, let them learn from me. It must be made public. If they are being promised that they will be given the deputy president, it must be announced publicly. Whatever they are being promised, there should be a public pronouncement. Because the mistake I made, we did some things under the table in writing. Even Musalia, they did the same. All those things were not honored by William Ruto. And I can tell the people of ODM, things they are agreeing with him, they will not be honored unless he makes a public pronouncement. And they should demand early enough so that they have time to look elsewhere in case they are not satisfied with what they are agreeing with him. Number four, and the most important, to make sure that ODM stands. William Ruto had no footage in Nyanza. He had no footage in Coast. He had no footage in Northeastern. He had no footage in Western. If ODM enters into agreement with William Ruto, they must demand that those areas are zoned for ODM so that they have enough members of parliament to be able to go into government with. But if they open up their strongholds to William Ruto and UDA that has no presence in those areas, they will be swallowed. And that is what is happening. Once those things are done, then if they want to enter into a deal with him, they are safe. And I'm just sharing this because, you know, in my community they say, if you are bitten by a black snake, when you see a rope, you run away. You know, a rope that looks like a snake. And I'm just saying, because I can see what is happening, I can see the same deception. The time he is spending in Nyanza, every day he is there, he spent more time, he was 9 years in the mountain. Nowadays he doesn't come. The same script. He was coming to the mountain, promising us goodies, promising us heaven, promising us all manner of things until we elected him. I can see the same script going on. And I have a responsibility as a leader in this country to tell the people of Nyanza, please, I've been through this.
Yeah.
My people have been through this. We are all crying because we were deceived. We were conned. I can see another con